Right, the first person or cockpit view of this fight is at about the 15:15 mark, I think, on this video, if you want to skip past and watch that. But this TAC view is going to be a little over 10 minutes long, I think. So there we merged, and I immediately went after the rear plane. And then here I turned a little too soon. I was trying to lead turn to keep an eye on the first bandit and also get an advantage on this guy, and he really probably, I think, should have turned in behind me. At first, when I was watching this TAC view, I thought maybe he couldn't see me because he had gone cold, but he can see easily that I'm turning there, and the AI pilot just kind of continued his turn, which was not super advantageous to him. I think I turned so early I gave him a chance to put the advantage on me. So anyway, we'll switch over to this guy, because I think now that I've got eyes on him and I know that the other guy is temporarily not a problem, I'm going to turn with this guy at least until I know that he's not a threat. Right now he's kind of a threat because obviously he's tucked in behind me, but I'm going quite a bit faster than him. So I wasn't too worried about it in a guns only fight. And that's one of the benefits of a guns only fight, is if you know that they only have guns, which isn't realistic at all, but if you know that, you don't have to worry as much if they're in any kind of a rear aspect or rear hemisphere kind of a deal. This guy's just doing a spiral over here, so I am interested in what his turn rate and radius are. So the Tomcat has a pretty good radius, it seems like. His turn rate is never topping, well, it did top 12 degrees per second there for a minute. So right after, and I don't know why, I guess continuing his turn isn't so crazy because he's got to turn one way or the other. Maybe this was the fastest way to do it. So I guess at this point in the fight I can't blame him for continuing that corkscrew. But so now I'm going to try to engage this guy. And I don't know if switching between the bandits like this is the best idea or not, but that one guy, the second one I engaged, the first one I merged with, is still back there. But he doesn't have a, and this is a little bit scary. I remember looking out and seeing him and thinking, wow, he could possibly pull a snapshot here. But anyway, I'm still going pretty fast, so that wasn't really that big of a deal. And that guy, for whatever reason, is still doing the downward spiral, and I'm not sure why. So I picked him up again. I'm just trying to keep my energy up. I'm actually too fast at this point, which I think benefited me against the AI, but I am starting to slow down here. I was going around the speed of sound, but it turns better when it's going a little bit slower. You get a better turn rate. So yeah, I don't know why he's going around in this guy, but this guy is still kind of in an offensive position over here. He's just going too slow to keep up with me at the moment, I guess. And this isn't, when I say things like that, it's not that I'm doing something so great to get away from these guys or keep from getting shot. It's just the way it happened. So, and it's my estimation of what I think is going on. So, even though I'm going pretty fast here, let's see. Okay, yeah, I had a half-mile turn radius, and then it comes down a little bit. I'm getting 19 degrees per second, which, if I understand correctly, that's not necessarily sustainable, but the F-22 can certainly do that, and a little bit more probably. So then I relaxed and got what I felt like was a really good snapshot here for some solid hits on this guy. And then and then started turning again. So now I've got to worry about this guy again. I sort of lost focus on him. I knew he was back there, but to get that snapshot, I wasn't paying attention to him as much. So once again, this has happened maybe 2 or 3 times already where he's, oh man, that's really close. Like I think his distance is still a bit far, but, and then I turned really sharp to make sure that he couldn't continue closing and maintaining that position on me. That's interesting that the turn rate. It's just the trig is really interesting to me. I don't quite understand it still, but anyway, turned really sharp, bled off a lot of energy. I'm much lower on energy now than I was. So coming back around on this still spiraling guy allowed me to relax a little bit, put out another shot on him, another 2 bursts, and also I'm picking up speed just a touch as I do that and extending from this guy a bit. So I don't know, like I felt like the fight was cooler before I saw the attack view, and then when I realized that that guy was literally just spiraling down into the earth, I know he would have stopped. He wasn't going to crash into the earth, but it was just kind of funny that in the attack view I realized I'm not quite as ninja as I thought I was. So whoops. Um, so here I don't remember precisely what my goal was here, and it's kind of hard to see for me where we are in relation to each other in 3D space, but I'm thinking that maybe he should have turned a little bit earlier to try to tuck in behind me. I'm not really for sure what he could have done differently there. I always feel like even though these are ace AI, I always feel like sometimes they don't make the best of decisions, and that's okay. That I definitely don't want them to be perfect because then I may never win. But um, it's just interesting the decisions they make sometimes. I can see me making bad decisions and turning at the wrong time. Like here, I think I waited too long to do this reversal, and so I don't know that it was advantageous. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't, but I just felt like even at the time, even in the cockpit, I felt like I waited too long. Like I did not recognize that he was drifting way outside my turn circle and that I could reverse it. But anyway, it doesn't necessarily matter. We have a near neutral merge. He's technically in an advantageous place there, but he's losing energy and I'm gaining it. And so I'm going to turn around. Let's see here. Yeah. So as I gain the energy, my turn radius goes up, but wonder what his is doing. Oh, it's about the same. Okay. At the moment, it's about the same. Also, in regard to that initial why I went for the back bandit first, I always tend to do that because I think that the play is if they can get you focused on the front bandit, then the back one will get in behind you. I think that's the normal play there that the AI tries to employ. It's kind of what I would try to employ. So I tend to go for the higher, further back bandit almost every time. I'm not saying that that's what you should do every time, but that tends to be how I do it. So if anybody's wondering why I made the move I did at the beginning, that is why. Of course, the first bandit can always turn around and get on your 6 as well, which is what this guy kind of did. He just, because it's not fair, I'm in a Raptor and they're in Tomcats. It's, Tomcats aren't shabby, but I'm in an F-22 Raptor that's modded and probably not quite a perfect flight model. Well, it's not. It's just not. So Not that I know what an F-22 flies like. I really don't, but I highly doubt it flies like this exactly. So anyway, here I am. I'm in a pretty good position. There is a little bit of a risk of an overshoot, but I just kind of got in position, maneuvered to get the reticle on him, and got the kill. And then here I attempted to kill him twice, but I missed. So, and so then, you know, fly past the wreckage, make sure it's going down, do a little celebratory roll, and there you have it. So, um, so now we'll just, if you want, we'll watch the first person view, the cockpit view, and I will shut up. And with that, thanks for watching and happy flying.